Desperado with Antonio Banderas. This movie was pretty damn good by Columbia Pictures and TriStar. Robert Rodriguez movie. Um, it was good, but I would have to say that I actually like Once Upon a Time in Mexico better. I've yet to finish El Mariachi. Um, but I saw this at the store and it was like $3. It was in good condition, brand new, no scratches, and the disc only in eBay was about $2.50. So I was like, it's now or never. I just finished watching Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was great. 4 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. And then I was like, I read the reviews on this one and I was like, holy shit. The reviews on this one was a lot higher than the ones on Once Upon a Time in Mexico. But I feel like Once Upon a Time in Mexico is a lot better than this one. I mean, this one's still pretty good and still pretty cool. It gives me, well, I've always had like a love for Robert Rodriguez movies. I didn't really delve into deep into the rabbit hole of Robert Rodriguez movies, but Once Upon a Time in Mexico kind of like lit that fuse a little bit. So back in the day, we would watch movies just because they were entertaining. We didn't really watch them because of the directors too much, though we actually did, but not not exactly. Like we knew if George Lucas was making a movie, we'd watch it. John Carpenter made a movie, we'd watch it. Steven Spielberg made a movie, we'd watch it. We didn't really, well, I didn't. I watched movies all the time and I didn't really, I guess directors are very important. Quentin Tarantino, um but not to the scope that it is now, where cinemaphiles um are deep into the directors, deep in now I'm starting to get into I'm starting to pay attention more. I did pay attention before, but it wasn't like serious. It was like a casual pay attention. But Robert Rodriguez has some phenomenal movies, and there's just so many great directors out there. And he has special Robert Rodriguez, I absolutely love the way he tells a story because there's a little bit of comedy in it. His style is very effing cool. Very cool. Oh god. Almost Quentin Tarantino-ish. But I would say it's probably cool. No, no, you can't say that. It Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, they're kind of like in the same boat, but I would say Quentin Tarantino is more professional. He has more he really makes a fine movie. It is kind of amateurish-y, and so is Robert Rodriguez. But Robert Rodriguez, like he don't give a. It almost seems like he wants it to be gritty. He wants it to be rough cut. He wants those rough cuts. He wants those, but everything works out great. Desperado is very good. It's a very amazing movie. Another Robert Rodriguez movie I like is From Dusk Till Dawn. Um, but yeah, I really did like Once Upon a Time in Mexico a lot better. I would say this one is more of a romantic action movie, and story's okay, but um, this is more about action and romance than anything else. The stakes are not as high in this movie, so that means the writing is not the best, but it is very beautiful stylized violence. and it is cool and amazing. And Steve Buscemi is in it. Quentin Tarantino is in it. Um, Cheech Marin, Salma Hayek, Antonio Banderas, just a slew. Oh yeah, Danny Trejo. Um, just a slew of greats in their prime. And Once Upon a Time in Mexico has Johnny Depp, William Dafoe. Um, who else did it have? It just had a lot of great people too. It also had Cheech in there. The So it's pretty cool. I would say this could be a standalone movie. I think this could be a standalone, and also Once Upon a Time in Mexico could be a standalone. They do say it's part of a trilogy, but every movie could actually be a standalone movie. You could kind of like watch Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and it's its own movie. Or you could watch El Mariachi, Desperado, and they kind of go together. I don't know how much this one ties to the original El Mariachi. I'm still watching it. It's kind of like very low budget, um, but it's still very interesting. The fight scenes and the shooting and the stunts, and this is like old school cinema too. And I'm starting to appreciate old Hollywood or old cinema more than the new CGI garbage that they have now. I mean, I'm not entirely against CGI, but when an entire movie is green screen and CGI, sometimes it doesn't work out that well. These are um, actually made stunts and explosions and special effects, and these are real things. CGI is fake. So watching Captain America jump from a 20-story building and landing on his feet is not impressive. But watching Antonio Banderas jump through a window and shooting at a bunch of people while he's getting shot at and there's explosions, that's more impressive than um, any Marvel MCU movie. And I was watching this and I was like, oh man, they did the upside down Spider-Man kiss and they did the Spidey senses. So there's a lot of like the first Spider-Man in this. It's pretty cool. It's a damn good movie. I wouldn't say this one necessarily for me is a 4 star, 4 out of 5, or an A tier or B tier movie. This is probably a C tier movie, if I was going to be honest. Once Upon a Time in Mexico would probably be a B tier movie for me. I don't know why I enjoyed that one more, but it had better pacing. This one slows down a lot. The beginning is a bit slow, and then there's great action, and then it's slow again, and then there's big action, and then it's slow, and then big action. Not much of a big finale, but it was okay. I think Once Upon a Time in Mexico had a better finale. So I would say I'm glad I got it in my collection. $3 is like right around the price I would want to pay. That's like the cheapest you can get it. It would have been 250 plus tax on eBay for just the disc, and I wouldn't have known the condition of the disc. This one, I got the case. I got the case art. I got the table of contents, and I got the disc in really great condition. No scratches. No scratches. No fingerprints. Doesn't look like there's any. There's no fingerprints, no scratches. Someone bought this movie, opened it up, probably watched it once, and then put it away for 20, 30 years in a really nice area. Condition is very good. It's got the Canadian rating, so it might have came from Canada. Who knows? But whoever bought this a long time ago probably just watched it one time. And I'm glad I got it. Now I could put it in my collection. So I'm definitely gonna keep this. It's gonna be like a high C tier, so almost touching a B tier. But Once Upon a Time in Mexico is going to be my B tier. I love that one. I think Johnny Depp did a really great job in that movie. Um, this one's still pretty good, but I like that one a little bit more. Could it be an A tier? I don't know. It's hard to say. The line between A tier and B tier is very slim. So I would say this one is a C high, very very high C tier, C to B tier, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico is a B tier for sure. So absolutely love this Robert Rodriguez movies. I'm gonna try to get more of them. I really like From Dusk Till Dawn. I don't entirely love it. I didn't like what the things that Quentin Tarantino did in that movie. That kind of killed it for me a little bit. But if they would have cut that part off, we would have been 1,000 times better. But it is art, and I gotta respect art. I gotta respect the artist. They want to do it like that, then I guess it's good. Machete, really liked Machete. I think Robert Rodriguez did that. Robert Rodriguez also made Spy Kids. I don't know if he did the Lava Girl one and Shark Boy, but he's been doing a lot of kids movies, and I was like, damn, when's he gonna go back to making these these other movies? I guess he likes kids movies better, or there's more money in I don't know the reason. But I would like to see another sequel to Once Upon a Time in Mexico and Desperado. That would be pretty damn cool. Because there's a lot of kids that pick up the guitar. It would be funny to see a modern version of it with EDC, with electrical music, like an electric guitar or like a synthesizer. I don't know. That's stupid. But it might be a huge flop. But I think Robert Rodriguez got to start pumping things out. I don't know what the hell is going on. Stop making so many damn kids movies, but I don't know if he's still using the old school special effects, but I love old school special effects and cinematography. I'm looking for that more now. Old school special effects and cinematography. Because I'm getting sick of the CGI garbage. And I don't like dramas that much. And we get a lot of TV dramas and movie dramas, and those are boring. I don't like that. So I definitely recommend you buy this. If you're ever at the store, if you're ever at the thrift stores, you want to look for Desperado and El Mariachi. Thing I like about the name Desperado, Desperado. It's a word that you can't really translate in English. It's basically like a person that is impatient or gung ho, or like kind of like um like you can't hold yourself back. Like let's say you want to go to a store, you can't wait, and you're like, I want to go to the store now, like right now. That's a desperado. Like like I want to go now. Like I can't wait. Like you know that pain that you feel where like you can't wait. Like let's say you have like a school field trip when you were a kid and you're sleeping and you want to go to the school field trip, but you have to go to sleep, then wake up in the morning. That feeling that you want to go now, that's desperado. Desperado, like restless or like That's why Spanish. You should learn Spanish, man. Spanish opens up the world in beautiful ways, man. I'm not against learning multiple languages. So definitely recommend it. Definitely must go into your collection.